Hello Stampers, Kelly Acheson at stampabove.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Thank you so much for joining me today for this video with the One Stamp at a Time blog hoppers. Our theme for today was creature comforts. So of course I had to pick my animal outing stamp set because that includes lots of creatures. I've got an adorable little baby card that I'm going to show you how to make, and also this cute little party favor. This would be perfect for a baby shower, or you could change the theme on this and use it for a wedding shower, any type of a little luncheon. This would be great for a place setting in front of everybody's seat with their name on it perhaps. Lots of little ideas for this. So let's get started and I'll show you how I made these. I'm going to bring in my cardstock layers here first. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is just a scrap. I've also got a scrap of our Animal Expedition Designer Series paper, and this is so adorable. This is a scrap. We're going to use this side to die cut our letters. And then I've got another piece of Designer Series paper from the Animal Expedition. This has the small print of all the animals on it. This piece is 1 3/4 by 5 1/2. I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch Whisper White layer for the inside, and then my card base is going to be Pool Party. I'm going to fold that in half right away and burnish my edge. I'm going to bring in my big shot so we can emboss the front of our card. Now, I'm going to, you want to make sure that the front of your embossing folder, which you can read the Stampin' Up logo on, that's the front, is in here, and you have the polka dots end right here, so you want to be mindful of that. We're going to run this through the big shot. Now, a lot of people think that these folders won't run through this landscape way, but they do. You just have to be careful. So what I like to do is I like to kind of slide my embossing folder in there. I know that it's going to go between the sides so that it's not going to wreck the edges on my embossing folder. It fits in there just barely, but it does fit in there. So here's our polka dots on the front of our card base, and those just added a nice little pattern for my background. Then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping here. I'm going to use the giraffe from the Animal Outing stamp set and Stazon black ink. And I'm using Stazon because it is a waterproof ink. Hang on, I've got a fuzzy on here. And it dries really quick. I'm going to be able to use an aqua painter with it and not have any problems. So we're going to do that. We're also going to, as long as we're stamping, I'm going to stamp up a giraffe for the little 3D party favor also. Then we've got our inside here, and as long as we're stamping, we might as well get the stamping all done at the same time. I've got the welcome little one, so welcome and little one is placed on the same block. That makes it easy, and that did not ink up well, so let's try that again. Okay, I think this is going to look better. Then we're going to get our frog and our branch in here, and I wanted to let you know, I cut off my stamp right here next to the branch, and I did that so that when I stamp it, I know exactly where I need to be on the edge of my paper to make that branch look like it's coming in off a tree that's over here someplace. We're going to do a little bit of coloring with the aqua painter, and I've got soft suede for my branch and lemon lime twist for the leaves, and these colors match the designer series paper. This is a fun little element to color up. It's quick and easy for those of you that don't like coloring. I do like coloring, so I don't mind doing that, but it is something very quick. It's not something you have to putz around with. And then for my branch, I guess I like to go this way. I like to pull down into that little tiny thin area. Works best for me. Everybody has their things, right? There we go. So that's just a cute little inside for our card. And I am going to get these put away because I do not need them. All right, I can put this right on the inside. We're done with the inside of our card. That was quick and easy, right? Our adorable little baby card. You could also use this for a birthday card if you wanted to, for a baby. That would be a good idea. This is actually welcoming a new baby. Okay, we are going to die cut some things. I've got the stitched shape framelit circle, and I'm going to die cut my little, whoops, hang on, things are sticking to me. My little giraffe here. This one is going to be die cut with the Animal Friends die that comes in the bundle. And then I think I forgot to mention we need a scrap of crumb cake, and this is a giant scrap, but I don't have any scraps left, so I had to make a new scrap sheet. I'm going to die cut a scallop circle to fit on the outside of this, and these two elements are for the little party favor. So let's get that done. I've got everything cut out here. I'm going to show you how I colored in my giraffe. Oh, there's another giraffe that I've already colored in on this piece, so just hang tight. It may be a little confusing right now, but you'll catch on. I did some of this ahead of time because I've got two items to show you in this video, and I didn't want to take up too much of your time. I want anybody sleeping on the other side of the camera. No sleeping while Kelly's stamping. Oh, you know what? There's an easier way to do this, and I am not showing it to you. I apologize for that. Let's just stamp up this giraffe so I can show you. As I was coloring in ahead of time, I found a nicer way to color the giraffe. It makes things easier, so I'll show you that. I'm just going to let this dry for just a touch. Okay, if you take the crushed curry, come in and color your giraffe in. That's the color I like for my giraffes to be. You can just color right down the neck. You do not have to go around those circles. Because you're coming in with a darker color here, now you can come in and color the spots with Cajun Craze, which is a pretty cool look and a nifty little tip, right? Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to take the welcome off my block, and we are just going to stamp the little one. Oh, and we're going to stamp that in Pool Party. Hang on, I'm cleaning off my stamp here. Get out my Pool Party ink. And again, this is for the little party favor. This is not for our card. There we go. That turned out great. You know, some days things just go wrong. Today has been pretty good, but I didn't start off this video too good by stamping the little element that didn't work out. Okay, I'm going to glue this to the crumb cake layer, and this just peeks out over the edges of our stitch shaped circle, but it's super cute. And I am going to set this aside and show you. We're going to finish that in a minute. gosh, Kelly, a little discombobulated here. I shouldn't be. I've had a great day. Gotten a lot done today, so that's fantastic. You know how when you have days where you get a lot done, you're like, oh, I'm having a rockin' day. And now it's time for me to perform. And I don't have it together. That's a good way to put it. Okay, there we go. Here's our little giraffe. All right, now I used the large letter framelits, and I've got B-A-Y. I have to die cut the B twice, the A and the Y to spell out baby, and I'm going to do it on this giraffe print that comes in the Animal Expedition Designer Series paper. Now don't forget, we have a fabulous promotion going on right now, and this paper is part of it. You buy 3 packs of Designer Series paper and you get 1 free. That's an $11 value for free. This is a great time to stock up on this beautiful paper or any of the other papers that are in the promotion. And it's all the papers that are, I believe, $11. I could be wrong about that. I know they're $11, but it doesn't include some of the papers. So if you go to my blog, www.stampabove.com, you scroll down and every single blog post has the promotion at the end of it, and it's buy 3, get 1 free. You click on that, it'll take you to a sheet that shows you all the paper that is in the promotion for the month of July. So I'm going to die cut these letters. Be right back. Okay, here's our letters. And through the magic of TV, I have already put dimensionals, mini dimensionals on the back of the other letters so that you didn't have to sit there and watch me do that. So I'll show you how I did it on one letter, and the rest of them are done and ready to roll. Mini dimensionals are actually perfect for these large letter framelits because you don't have to do any trimming hardly at all. And I will show you where I did trim, because I did do a little bit of trimming on the Y and the A. So hang tight. Okay, here's a B. So if you'll notice, the A is slimmer on this side, and I didn't want that dimensional to stick out over the top or the sides. So I just took my scissors and I cut a little sliver of this nice wide margin here, and I put that there. And I did the same thing on the Y. You've got a little sliver right there. And we are ready to get our letters on our card front. So this is how I spaced mine. I did the Y first. Whoops. Boy, I thought taking those backings off those dimensionals was a blessing so you didn't have to sit and watch me, but they're sticking to everything. Okay, make sure you spell your word right. You could fit a baby's name in here, like Andy or anything that's short. You could probably get away with 5 letters in a name on here. If you wanted to personalize a card, this is a great way to do it. Oh, isn't that just the cutest? Okay, and then here's what I did with my little giraffe. I put a mini dimensional behind his head, and I brought this in here for a dry fit. I'm going to have my giraffe go right about here so he tucks under my Designer Series paper, and then I'm just going to put a little dot of liquid glue there to hold that part down. So this sticks up, but this is down flat because I wanted him to tuck under the Designer Series paper. And then I just put this right at the bottom, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to trim a little off the right side because I usually cut these just a little bit longer on purpose so that I don't come up short, which makes me absolutely crazy. I just bring in my paper snips here and cut that edge off. Okay, there we go. This is looking super cute. I have a tip for you about the ribbon too. This is a 3/8 inch classic weave crumb cake ribbon. And I'm going to tie this around the whole card. I'm just going to tie this in what I hope will be a nice knot. Notice I said what I hope will be a nice knot. There we go. And then you'll get my little ribbon tip because I think it's kind of handy. There we go. That turned out pretty darn nice. Sometimes we have a little trouble with knots and they don't turn out as good as you would hope they do. Or would hope them to. That's a better way to say that. Okay, now, this is a lot of ribbon, and I want to make sure that it stays in place, covering up this Designer Series paper edge. So what I decided to do was take a little mini glue dot, and if you use your bone folder, that works super, super good. I'm going to put a little glue dot right there where the knot is, maybe. There we go. And I'm going to set my ribbon right on top of that so that won't move around. Isn't that adorable? Welcome, little one. And again, you could change this, put a name here, and use it for a birthday card or a get well card or any type of card you might need. Okay, next we are going to do our little 3D item. This is so super cute and easy. So here's what I've got here. We already stamped that, remember that. I've got a piece of 1 by 3 inch giraffe print. I've got a piece of Pool Party that is 2 by 8.5. A piece of Pool Party that is 2.5 by 3.5. And a scrap, well, this scrap, there was my scrap of crumb cake for this backing here. So I don't need that anymore. We already did that. We're going to do a little scoring here. We're going to score this piece at 3 5/8 and 4 7/8. And then the 2.5 by 3.5, we're going to score at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides. Remember, I told you this was easy. I wasn't kidding. This is a super simple little thing to make. And my daughter recently got engaged. I'm super excited about this. We just love her fiance. And I am probably going to be showing you guys a lot of little party favors because we've got showers coming up and like wedding showers and a wedding to put on. Oh my Lord. She told me, Mom, I hope you know that we're going to make my invitations. I'm like, oh, I bet we are. Yes, indeed we are. I remember making her high school graduation invitations. I wish I had one here to show you. I don't know where they are. They were so cute. We had a blast with that. But yeah, so I'll be making a ton of invitations in not too long. Okay, I just cut here, 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 and here on those score lines because we need to make a little box to go inside our party favor. There we go. I kind of was like, what do I call this? Party favor. That's what I'm calling it. I'm just burnishing those edges good. And now you can glue this together right away. Like I said, it's just a super little box. It doesn't have a lid, so that makes it extra easy. Works really good when my glue comes out of the bottle. I really do like glue for these types of things because it gives you that wiggle room that you need to make things line up. If you don't get them lined up when you first touch them together, you can move them around a little bit. Square up those corners. It's perfect. Again, I'm just putting glue on the back side of the tabs, and then I'm going to tuck them in just like that. And then you have that wiggle room to square them up. Okay, now remember we scored these 2 score lines here. We're going to take the scallop tag punch and we're going to punch and do the other end. All right, fold on your score lines. And then I wanted to make this match my card. So to do that, I'm going to once again bring in my embossing folder. This is, by the way, the Polka Dot Basics, I think it's called. It's the large polka dots. And I am going to put my tag in here. And then I'll show you the mistake I made so you don't do that when you make one of these. Because, yeah, it happens. Wasn't paying attention. Now, this is the Stampin' Up! Logo, and this is the front of the folder. So I want this. What I did with my other sample is I took it and I turned it over like this. Don't do that. You want to just take it out of here and turn it around, because what I had is some circles were popped up and some were inverted. So my little tag was kind of not perfect. How about that? Messed up. There we go. So we've got our little circles here. And we're just going to put this together. I'm going to put some glue right here and some glue right here. Nobody really sees this box. Oops, let's fold on those score lines again. You're just going to set your little box in here. You can put some glue on the bottom too. Don't need to get too crazy with it. It's not going anyplace. There we go. And then this little piece I wanted to use as a banner. So I'm going to just fold it in half. I'm not going to pinch it down. There's no need. But I wanted to cut these banners at the same time so that they were even. And I didn't leave enough room to use my banner triple punch on here. So I'm just going to do them by hand. There we go. And that way they're both the same on each end. Little glue in the middle here. Put on my little giraffe. Isn't that just adorable? And then I'm just going to use a couple dimensionals to put that on the front of my party favor. Now I think if I was going to use this for a party favor at a baby shower, I might put some of those little mints in there. Everybody likes those little mints. They're just something to munch on. It would be super cute. You could also put, like, if you made this inside box a little bit bigger, you could put one of those fancy round Rocher chocolates in there that are in the gold foil. That would be pretty. And here's that same classic weave ribbon from the card that we made. So everything kind of ties together here. And turn that off. Here we go. Oops. Super, super cute, right? Creature comforts. That was our theme for today. I think I knocked it out of the park. What do you think? Thanks you guys so much for joining me for this video. I really appreciate that you took a little time out of your day to watch it. Give me a thumbs up on YouTube. That's always helpful. And you can click right up here if you would like to place an order. It'll take you right to my blog. You'll find an ordering button in the right-hand column that'll take you right to my Stampin' Up! Store. There's a hostess code there for you to use each month right underneath in that column also. If you use that hostess code when your order's under $150, you get some special perks from me. If your order's over $150, don't use the code. Stampin' Up! Will give you some rewards, and I will still give you the perks. So make sure I want you to take advantage of those rewards if your order is over $150. Take advantage of the buy 3 get 1 free on our designer series papers. They really are amazing. And then when you see these projects that I'm making with the designer series paper, you'll have them and you'll be able to recreate it at home. Click right down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. I do a Facebook Live every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central Time on my Facebook page. You'll find that at A Stamp Above - Your Creative Coach on Facebook. Lots of fun. I give away prizes every week. I hope you'll be able to join me. You guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.